Hello, Virgo. Your weekly love reading begins with Death, Two of Swords, Temperance energy, and the Queen of Cups. Your person is coming in with the Seven of Swords. Wow. Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, you have a Four of Cups. So, listen, right away, there's a huge change here, Virgo. Big change for you. Your person is coming in with some treacherous energy. Let's see what's going on here. Virgo, there's a whole shift in your body language, your posture, everything. Something's died here. Have you been going through some real trouble recently with this individual? I mean, it seems like they're resonating with some really diabolical energy, some kind of trickster, hustler energy. Trying to get over, trying to play you energy, and I think you're not there for it this week. You really come in with like, there's a death, right? So in tarot, death is not associated with a physical death, but it speaks to the permanent, the beginning change, the beginning of a change, but the permanence of it. And the beginning of any change is that something has to die, you know? If there's a change in a relationship, that means somewhere along the line, part of that relationship is no longer viable. It had to sort of die, as it were, right? And it feels like this is what's happening here. There's a Four of Cups energy here in terms of not wanting that, not wanting that attention, not wanting that energy coming towards you, right? Let's go ahead and clarify. You know what? I'm going to use a different deck to clarify with this one because it does feel like this is a bit of a toxic energy here, right? This Seven of Swords here gives me some pause. You know, you've been dealing with somebody, Virgo, that plays a lot of games, right? They're not really straightforward. Let's get some clarity on your death situation. Page of Swords and Ten of Swords. So yeah, you're done with the games, right? Six of Cups and Four of Cups. All right, let's go here. First of all, for you, yeah, Page of Swords energy, in as much as like you're like, look, I'm done, right? I'm done with the games. You probably have some, I'm going to say, you may have some friends around you that are like, look, we're here for you, but like, this has got to end sort of energy. Yeah. And it is ending. I think you're coming to like the beginning of the end of this connection here in terms of like, you're just not willing to go through the mind games anymore. It's over. 10 of Swords. And that Page of Swords is there. It's like, you're ready. Now you're ready to sort of, I think before it may be that you've been on again, off again with this person and they've been able to reel you back in, but this time you're ready for them. When they come back in, you're like totally ready for them. Here we go. We have for your person. Yeah. Right. Okay. So, this deck is the, After Tarot deck. And, this is what's happening here. It's like they play with you. Right? The love and the affection is there. And then the next thing you know, they're playing these games. It's all about games, it's not serious. And so you see that, you begin to see through that, right? The same thing goes with that Four of Cups energy there. It's like, the energy they're trying to give to you, it's not even energy that it's not even genuine, you know what I'm saying? It's not deep, it's not real. It's like as soon as how shall I put it? It's like it's like the love bombing you, right? It's like they might tell you something hoping to reel you in, but if they don't reel you in, they just toss it away. It doesn't really mean anything to them. And I think all of these like little games and head tricks, you're beginning to see that, Virgo, right? But how do you see each other? Well, when you see them, you have a Two of Swords. It's like energy coming in. So you're beginning to like, they make you really feel like, it's time to make a decision. Now, it's difficult for you to make this decision. I think the decision, of course, is to whether or not to really completely step off, off of this, leave, right? But for them, they see you and they see an Ace of Swords. Like, I feel like you are a conquest to them. They want to beat you, right? And that's really not about love so much. That's like a lot of ego. And again, that really goes back to this vibe here of like, this is a game to them. They're definitely playing some kind of game here. And, you're dealing with somebody who's about manipulation. They're not really about genuine. They're not being genuine with you in any case. Let's get clarity on this decision. Yeah, King of Wands, you're like, Virgo, you're feeling like you have something that you're trying to accomplish here. And like, is this person really the one for you? Five of Pentacles. Wow. And for them, yeah, if for them, a real kind of feeling of, they're the type of person, they just want to get one over on somebody else. It makes them feel better to get a leg up on somebody else. It almost feels as though like, this is the type of person who almost like they enjoy like wearing you down. When you're doing good, they enjoy coming in and suddenly like bringing you down so that you're not doing so good, or so that you're very confused, or so that, you're just not steady and sure, right? Five of Pentacles energy is here for them as well. It's like they may be trying to play on your heartstrings in terms of, oh, poor me, help me out, but they don't really need the help. You know what I'm saying? It's like, It's like, look at this individual. Look at this. Like, this person is out in the cold, but they clearly do well. They have food. They have bread. Okay, they're bandaged up, but they're walking. They're up. They have a huge sack, and yet they're kind of like wearing the rags. And it's like this person is playing on you. They like to play on you and act like they need something, or act like they're not doing. You know what I'm saying? They're playing on your emotions. They try to play victim. And this is all in an attempt to sort of manipulate here. But see, the manipulation is all about sort of just controlling you. Right, Virgo? So, and you're trying to go somewhere. You have like this vision for your future. And it's like you're really beginning to think to yourself, is this person really like the type of person I want to have? So how do you guys see your roles in the relationship? Well, you, Virgo, are resonating with Temperance energy, Sagittarius. Some of you may have some Sagittarius in your chart because you're resonating with this energy in this reading. And your person is resonating with Four of Swords. So for you, Virgo, you're really trying to be measured here. You're trying not to make a decision, even though things have clearly changed. You're really trying not to make a decision from a point of view of like an instability or being out of touch with your true feelings, right? How you truly feel. Like temperance is all about remaining calm and focused while people around you are triggering you, or at least trying to trigger you. Temperance is all about not being triggered. You know what I mean? And understanding your emotions and how they flare up. And so this is a difficult thing for you here, Virgo, because you're just not entirely sure. I think you really enjoyed this relationship with this person. And yeah, maybe some of the back and forth gameplay, you kind of enjoyed that too. It's like not always completely toxic. Sometimes it's fun to play little head games with each other if it is meant to be fun. And if it's something that you both, you know what I mean? It's just a little bit of friendly competition, ultimately not designed to hurt or to actually like really F each other up. So yeah, in the beginning, you may have enjoyed some of this, but what's coming through now just feels like it's a lot more than that. And you're just like beginning to decide, do I really want this? King of Pentacles comes in, really trying to protect what you have. Oh, and your person, yeah, out in the cold. Listen, for them, you're trying to stay square, but I didn't touch on that Four of Swords. They're kind of sitting back and trying to decide how to move forward. Because it feels here, Virgo, like you're beginning to pull some of your energy back. Clearly, you're trying to make a decision, and they feel this. They feel that you're tempering yourself. They feel that you're really not reacting the way you normally do to them. And so they're sitting back and they're like really biding their time. Ultimately, though, your possible outcomes here is Queen of Cups and Two of Pentacles. Queen of Cups for you, Two of Pentacles for them. So for you, really like coming out of this much more emotionally aware, much more emotionally mature, right? Stronger. I think you're going to resonate up from this Virgo into just a much more mature person in love, right? And I think ultimately you will leave this connection and end this connection, but you'll resonate up out of it much, much stronger emotionally. And as far as your relationships, much stronger and just, I don't know, more positive. Your person resonating with Two of Pentacles, you know, they're still going to continue to be juggling a lot, you know. I mean, ultimately, yeah, there is a mourning here, I think, because as I say, I do think you ultimately leave this connection. You ultimately say, no, I don't want this, you know, I don't want these games anymore. And yeah, your person is left, you know, feeling a little bit out in the cold, but it doesn't last long. You know, because they've got a lot of, you know, they got a lot going on. They may indeed have other lovers already waiting, or they may have other situations. You're dealing with somebody who's very sort of inconsistent and, you know, not shallow. Well, shallow. Yeah, shallow. But inconsistent and just not, just much more in it for the game, much more in it for the prize or to say, yes, I got this or I got that, and not in it for the genuine emotion and feeling. And so you come out of this much stronger. This King of Pentacles and King of Wands, two kings are coming in for you. So Virgo, you have a strong desire to actually manifest a goal, a successful goal in your life, you know, in terms of how you're living, your money, and everything, right? And that also includes your relationships, that ultimately you decide that this person doesn't fit in for that. And they move on, and I think you move on, but you move on much stronger. Let's go ahead and get your 3 oracles out, and then I'm going to call this a reading for the week. Virgo, yeah, this feels like a reading for a Virgo who is kind of waking up to exactly how little they like the games that they've been playing with a particular individual. And they're like, over this next week or two, you're really going to be mostly deciding what to do here. You know, is there room in your future for somebody like this? So 2 cards flipped over, intuition and concentration. And I'm going to take this one to assertion. So yeah, your intuition, Mercury in Cancer energy, Mercury in Cancer, intuition riding really high right now, because your gut is telling you that this is not, you know, it's telling you what you need to know. Okay. Number 4, stability. 3. All right. Saturn and Gemini, concentration. All right. Concentration, paying attention, staying focused, remaining focused. And then, of course, we have here assertion. Yeah, your assertion, right? Being confident, Sun in Aries, right? So, yeah, strong, knowing what you want and going for it. King energy, which you're resonating with. And this is also all part of this kind of new stage of you not being manipulated by this person and really taking much more control over what you desire, what you want in your life, in a relationship, and in this relationship, which you're not getting. And therefore, I think for a lot of you will be ending. All right, Virgo, this is your weekly love tarot reading. I do hope you got something out of it. If you did, please go ahead, like, subscribe, share. Maybe you want to comment. I always love responding to all my comments, so thank you for that. But for right now, guys, Virgo cross watchers, I'm going to wish you all love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you guys here on my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot, next Thursday for your weekly love tarot reading. Bye-bye now.